What's going on, everybody? Chasing that bass, coming back to you with yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about my top 3 finesse baits when it comes to fishing here in Indiana. I'm really excited to bring this one to you guys. As always, make sure you hit that like button for me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what are your favorite finesse baits. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel out. I'm shooting for a big goal. I'm trying to get this channel to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could do that, hit that button for me. That'd be greatly appreciated. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps out the channel. So I want to jump right into this. We're going to go kind of backwards and I'm going to give you 3 different baits for different scenarios. When it comes to fishing the bottom, it's really going to depend on what I'm fishing around, but I'm going to be looking at picking up either a finesse jig or a finesse tube jig. When I'm looking at skipping docks, fishing around grass, more heavy cover, and the fish just are being finicky, I'm going to elect to throw this jig a lot of the times. Now, in cleaner bodies of water, I, for some reason, really like throwing a tiny micro little tube like this. I've actually got a Great Lakes Finesse mini tube hook rigged up in this bad boy. This thing has done some damage for me. I will give you a forewarning. The rock bass absolutely crunched this little guy. But those are going to be one of the 2 baits that I'm going to be throwing when it comes to fishing the bottom in finesse situations. So bright bluebird skies, no wind, when them fish are holding really tight to cover. I really love picking up a jig. When it comes to trailers for a jig, I'm either going to be throwing something that's got like little to no action, like this little crawl trailer here, just straight, no paddle tail, no nothing. Just going to give it a real nice subtle fall. This is one of my favorite colors here. It's just a green pumpkin with a little bit of purple. They call it June bug, but not quite the same as my purple June bugs that you've seen in some of my other videos. Now the little tube guy, I throw this in about 3 different colors. This color here is watermelon and it's purple and gold flake. Pretty staple for my area because we're mimicking small bluegill, sunfish, anything that has that little bit of green, a little bit of flash to it. I also really like throwing that in a very translucent watermelon with blue flake as well. Now, those 2 baits, again, just going to be my bottom baits. That's something when I'm catching fish, they're feeding down. That's what I'm going to be looking to throw. Now, jumping to number 2 in here on the list. Everybody's heard about this. It's the new and improved fish catching machine. That's going to be minnow dipping. All of the forward-facing sonar guys out there, they know what this is. They know how to use it. This bait right here has become a staple, and I'm pretty sure everybody's tackle box. This really works at fishing a couple different ways. I like using this fishing really high in the water column. I also like fishing this in the middle of the water column. Now, I will give you guys a little secret that I've learned here over the years. I've been throwing this thing here recently and fishing it on the bottom, popping and hopping it off the bottom. It's something that is just flat out gonna get bit when the times are tough. I throw it in a couple different variances. This bigger one, that's just a Damiki armor shad. A lot of guys throw this. It gets bit. If you pick them up, you won't be pissed. I also have been experimenting with this little juggle minnow from 6 Cents. This little guy here is in one of their shad colors. Basically, you can throw this on a lot of different heads. I have found a lot of success buying this Bite Me Tackle scoper head. This little hook here, crazy strong. It's not going to bend out. I use it a lot up on the St. Joe River catching smallmouth. Use it catching largemouth. I actually used this in a tournament last year and was able to catch a 5.96, a 6-pounder in a tournament. So you can't sleep on the minnow. If you haven't tried the minnow yet, go buy yourself some. Go throw it. It's a super simple bait. You can even use this fishing off the bank. Just throw it out and work it through the water column, reeling it in slow, keep it up in the middle of that water column. It's gonna get you a couple of bites. Now, to finish off this top 3, I'm gonna throw out the staple bait. If you haven't used this, you haven't heard about this, I think you might be lying to me. The good old-fashioned wacky worm. This one here, Gary Yamamoto Senko. I pretty much throw just the Gary Yamamoto Senko now anymore. It's just become a confidence bait for me. The wacky worm is the do-all. When the fish aren't biting, you can guarantee yourself to catch a couple fish throwing this cute little guy. I'm going to be throwing that all over the place. I've caught fish with it out in 30, 40, 50 foot of water, just throwing it out, counting to 10. If I lift up and there's a fish on it, awesome. It's really, obviously, reel into him, set the hook. I've used it fishing grass, fishing those weed lines, fishing the edges. I skip this thing under docks. You name it, a wacky worm can get there. If you get this bait in front of a bass, 9 chances out of 10, you're going to get bit. It may not always be a big one, but it's going to be a guarantee to catch fish. All right, guys. Well, that's kind of the cover of my top 3 finesse baits. Again, leave me a comment down below. What is your go-to finesse bait? What are you throwing? I really want to know. I like to kind of play around. If you haven't figured out by now, looking at the wall behind me, all the packages that I kind of keep all my baits in here. I'm a big tackle freak. I've got baits all over the place. By the way, while I've got these out, do yourself a favor, go on Amazon, get these lined bags. They're zipper top, so you can zip them shut. Of course, the zipper's trying to be stuck on me, but they zip shut. You can buy like 100 pack for super, super cheap. They're an easy way to keep your tackle. A lot of times what I'll do is just take Sharpie, and I can Sharpie on those bags, and then I'm able to line my boat with these, or I can even kind of keep them stored in here in my closet out by the boat. And as I'm going to and from lakes, kind of deciding on, well, what am I going to throw for today, I can grab and go with the ones I want. Also, when I'm traveling or jumping in my partner's boat, I can take those bags. It helps me eliminate the amount of tackle that I'm bringing, and they're super great for tackle organization. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, leave a like down below, and do me a favor, drop me a comment. What is the next kind of bait breakdown? What do you want to see next? I've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up, but I'm not really sure where to take it from here. So leave me a comment, let me know. I'm going to go through those comments, pick something out, and I will drop that video next. So stay tuned for that. As always, God bless you guys. Take care.